To most on the Allied side, Germany was a machine, efficient and relentless. But there were people starving on that train, people that needed help.
Ich habe solchen Hunger.
Du hast in diesem Wagen nichts verloren, Gefangener. Raus hier! Du hast in diesem Wagen nichts verloren, Gefangener. Raus hier!
Geh weg! Was ist?
I remember a carriage of wounded German soldiers. Some gestured to me for food. I wasn't the hero Julia thought I was. I couldn't help these people. But I could take photos. One day, I thought, when I'm back in Canada, I'll show people what happened.
Was ist los?
You know, they let the prisoners walk around.
Was glotzt
As long
du
as we
so?
don't cause trouble.
Geh weg!
So lasse ich mich nicht fotografieren.
And as I took those photos, I wondered, had my plan to get to Kurt's farm even worked? I remember that little girl so clearly. She was alone, and she was hungry. I couldn't just leave her. Maybe the adults on board could spare a little food.
Alles Mörder. Ob es im Dorf wohl mehr Lebensmittel gibt? Ja, ich habe Greta gebeten, uns eine Brotration aufzuheben. Wir könnten daraus Suppe kochen. Reichen Sie was für alle.
Mörder! Hau ab!
Whoever that chocolate belonged to, they'd be happy to feed a starving child. Or that's what I told myself anyway.
Hör mal, aber sag nicht weiter. Ich habe etwas Fleisch versteckt. Hast du es dabei?
Schokolade? Hey, er hat Schokolade.
Schokolade! Bitte!
Mörder, du hast hier nichts verloren. Raus hier!
Oh, danke für die Schokolade.
And for some reason, it reminded me of the man whose life I accidentally sent Allied intelligence to. The German and his cat.
Lauf, Lotti, lauf! Lauf, Lotti, lauf! Lotti, Lotti!
Wie ich sehe, fühlst du dich schon wie zu Hause. Du bist hier immer willkommen, aber geh nicht in mein Bett.
Hey, Lotti! Was machst du hier, Lotti? Hier, Kätzchen. Lotti. Komm hierher.
I did what I could, but Lucy remained ill.
Kurt, komm schnell! Wir brauchen dich! Oh.
I wish I knew how to help my little girl. I came home to see my wife and my daughter, to spend time with my family, and yet none of us spoke. I thought I could come home from the war. I thought I could leave it behind. But I understand now, Katrin, and I'm sorry. I can never leave the war behind. The war follows me wherever I go. Hey.
Sure enough, I found myself on Kurt's doorstep. I didn't know how he'd react. It's one thing being friends with the enemy in a tunnel underground, but another being friends out in the open. I needn't have worried, though. Kurt and his family were kind to me. They took me in, gave me a bed to sleep in, cooked me meals. In return, I helped out on the farm and did what I could around the house. A few days later, Kurt took me to a nearby village. There were things his family needed. Lucy, his daughter, was sick. And Germany was struggling to feed itself by that time. Everyone was hungry.
So while Harry looked for food, I looked for medicine for Lucy.
Entschuldigung. Mama hat gesagt, kein Essen ohne Marke.
Kein Kämpfen mehr. Keine Waffen. Bitte, lieber Gott.
Die finden das gar nicht komisch, wenn man hier reingeht. Glaub's mir. Hey Kurt, geht's dir gut? Du weißt doch, du kannst hier nicht rein.
Mit dir spielen wir nicht mehr, Kurt. Du bist einfach zu gut.
Ich halte es nicht mehr aus. Ich kann nicht mehr.
Wir nehmen heute keine Patienten auf.
Hey. Kurt, wie schön, dich wiederzusehen. Dieser Krieg. Nicht einfach, ne? Zumindest wurde Jonas anständig begraben. Dank dir, Kurt. Jonas hat uns vielleicht verlassen, aber deine Tochter ist noch bei uns. Diese Pflanze könnte helfen. Koch sie in Wasser und gib Luzi den Sud zu trinken. Entschuldige mich, Kurt. Ich möchte allein sein. Viel Glück, mein Freund.
Now I could take care of Luzi. I could work on my plan for Harry.
Kurt trusted me with one of his ration tickets, but people weren't too friendly.
Geh. Weg.
Nicht für dich. Geh weiter, Abschaum.
I couldn't believe Kurt still had that cat. She was a funny little creature. You could often see her on the rooftops, chasing birds, I guess.
Mörder! Hau ab! Moment, ich komme schon.
Du Bestie, weg!
Mörder!
Eine Essensmarke? Wir haben noch ein Leib. Nur für Sie.
Was gefunden?
I finally found a loaf of bread. Food for Kurt's family. It was then Kurt showed me his plan. Seemed like he wanted to build a balloon. At the time, I had no idea why. A real hot air balloon. And he wanted my help.
Komm mit, Harry.
I sure hoped Kurt knew what he was doing.
Mörder! Hau ab!
Hey, Fremder. Was soll das mit dem Vogel? Dein Vogel liebt wohl Nachbars Wäsche.
Er kommt nie wieder. Du hast mir meinen Sohn geraubt, Mörder. Es gibt nichts, was du mir noch antun kannst.
The inn opened its doors to the public. I knew Kurt was looking for a barrel. This was good timing. But would they let me in? I was the enemy after all.
Vor dem Krieg konnte ich immer schlafen. Das ist vorbei.
Was passiert, wenn wir einfach nicht zurückgehen?
Ich lasse dich nicht gehen, Oscar.
Schön, dich wiederzusehen, Kurt.
Nie wieder zurück.
Ich hoffe, Luzi geht's besser. Erzähl mir doch mal von deiner Katze.
Wir haben eine ganze Woche.
Das heißt, du hast sie im Niemandsland gefunden.
The innkeeper sure seemed good at talking, and Kurt gave him someone to talk to. The perfect distraction.
Siehst etwas müde aus, Kurt. Schläfst du genug? Ruh dich mal aus. Ich mag mir gar nicht vorstellen, wie das so ist, wenn man seine Kinder nicht beschützen kann. In Zeiten wie diesen bin ich froh, dass ich keine Familie habe. Meine Gäste sind meine Familie. Du bist wie mein Bruder, Kurt. Ich mag mir gar nicht vorstellen, wie das so ist, wenn man seine Kinder nicht beschützen kann. In Zeiten wie diesen bin ich froh, dass ich keine Familie habe. Meine Gäste sind meine Familie. Du bist wie mein Bruder, Kurt. Ich habe das von deiner kleinen Luzi gehört.
Remember, I had no idea what was going on. What use did Kurt have for a balloon? But whatever I said on the long walk home, Kurt's response was always the same. He pointed toward the sky.
So that is what happened, Katrin. I took these things from the village. I made a plan to help the man who I believed to be a hero. To repay my debt for the time he saved my life. And for the time he sent allied intelligence to help me. I wanted to build a balloon for him. I wanted to send him home. To set him free.
Before I met Kurt, I imagined any German would kill me as soon as look at me. And I guess that's because of the stories I was told, you know? To folks back home, he would have been an evil Hun. But he was also a father. He was also a husband. And he was also my friend.
But I was too quick to trust the Canadian. Too quick to call him a friend. I see now how foolish I've been. I see now I was wrong.
But Kurt wanted to build a balloon, and I think he meant to build it for me.
Something was wrong. My daughter didn't normally call out like that. She didn't make a fuss.
At the time, I thought maybe there'd been an accident and he needed my help. It never occurred to me that I'd done anything wrong. It just never occurred to me.
Harry! Das ist er. Das ist er. Das ist mein Sohn. Und du hast dieses Bild gemacht. Du warst dort. Ist er tot? Du Mörder!
No! Oh!